All the images in this video are illustrated using tones of gray and shading. All the images in this video are transitional. An artist illustrates the images depicted as the video progresses. Image 1, the first slide introduced is Tedros Marcos's name in big bold letters on the left of the screen. On the right adjacent is a picture of Tedros himself wearing sunglasses. There is an outline of clouds in the background.
My name is Tedros Marcos, and I have been here in the United States for the past a little over 6 years. I arrived here in December of 2017. A dreary afternoon, chilly afternoon for someone coming from Africa. I am basically from Eritrea.
Image 2, a map displaying Eritrea, a country located in East Africa and its border countries.
It's a small country in East Africa.
In 2003, I was a senior university student, and then after 4 months, I became the first blind journalist to join the national radio in Eritrea.
Image 3, Tedros holds a recorder in his hand as he interviews a woman with an infant in her arms.
I was a refugee for close to 5 years in the Sudan as well as Ethiopia after I left my country.
Any refugee was not allowed to get employed. Back then, the regime in Ethiopia didn't allow, particularly for Eritreans, it didn't allow Eritrean refugees to hold any job position, to land a job. But anyway, I managed to find a job. I was doing translation and interpretation for refugees everywhere in the world.
Image 4, this image features the special broadcasting service building that Tedros helped to co-found. The logo of SBS can be seen on the front of the building.
Besides which, in August of 2013, I became the co-founder and reporter of SBS Tigrinya service, which is a special broadcasting service based in Melbourne, Australia. And then it wasn't paying well, so my primary focus was on the translation and interpretation, and supporting different refugees.
Image 5, on the bottom center of the screen are 4 objects in order: a stack of books, a graduation cap, diploma, and trophy. Above that is Tedros crawling up a hill with the city skyline on his left.
My educational background as well as my employment background didn't really matter here. So I have found it to date an uphill battle to secure a job unless you have a US work experience as well as education.
Image 6, Tedros is walking down the street with his cane and a suitcase. In the background is the city skyline.
Transitioning to a new life in the United States was not an easy one for me. As I alluded to earlier, I was just by myself, and I'm still by myself. But the agency that was responsible for handling my case or for helping me adjust to a new life didn't do a good job in that regard.
Image 7, on the sidewalk, Tedros is standing in front of a building holding his cane and staring down at his phone. His suitcase lays at his feet. Behind him are a man and woman, both with their phones and a bag. To the far right is an unmarked van.
So this is a simple story that I share. I never used a GPS app before coming to the United States. In fact, I didn't have a good phone. So I didn't really know where to go to do grocery shopping. So what the agency did is they showed me where my apartment is. On our way, they bought food from a restaurant for my dinner, and they never showed up for a week or so. It was really quite irresponsible for them to do this, for someone who is blind, who doesn't know how to navigate around, who is new to the country. This is definitely a manifestation of their awareness.
Image 8, Tedros stands in a kitchen in front of an open and empty refrigerator. He is staring at the phone in his hand.
Awareness of people with disabilities, of their basic needs and what have you. I was literally denied of my basic services.
So I was faced with the possibility of homelessness. So it was quite challenging. Anyway, after a few months into my US experience, then I got a counselor.
Image 9, the University of Illinois at Chicago's Partners of Refugees in Illinois Disability Employment, PRIDE, logo is displayed. Bubble letters are used for the letters P, R, D, and E, while the letter I is replaced with the outline of the state of Illinois.
And that counselor, he told me about a program at UIC, which is called PRIDE, Partners of Refugees in Illinois Disability Employment. And it was quite optimistic. At least, such a disability-focused, employment-focused program, and also housed at a university which does a lot of research, disability-related research. It means a lot for me. So I joined the program, and that was quite helpful. That was quite uplifting for me. That was the means, actually, which led me to the end of the tunnel where someone could envision, a bright future.
Image 10, Tedros sits in front of a computer wearing headphones. He is speaking into a microphone as the monitor reads text-to-speech.
I stayed with PRIDE, where I was a participant at first, and then I became a mentor, a peer mentor, and then a supervisor involved in editing translated materials, both in Tigrinya and Amharic, not only in proofreading and editing, but also even in translating the documents. I'm now prepping for the counselor certification, which is scheduled for October. I'll take it in October of this year. But now I'm transitioning to employment, so I'm currently searching a job.
Image 11, a conference room with 3 long rectangular tables situated in a U-shape. Tedros and dozens of others are seated around the room, all turned toward the center. On the far left wall, there is a chalkboard with the co-lead logo displayed. The far back wall of the room is almost entirely made of glass. Papers, laptops, and miscellaneous items are scattered on the tables.
In October of 2023, I joined a project called Career Opportunities Leadership, also known as co-lead, another project housed at UIC.
The idea is actually to explore different avenues through which different agencies, as well as people with disabilities, can work in tandem, and that people with disabilities be received and understood. I am currently co-chairing the project, so I've been involved in conducting a lot of interviews and also editing the audios, as well as organizing different task meetings, which is quite helpful. So I'm always learning. I'm learning from everyone, not only the co-lead members, but also the fact that we've organized some events too. So we had an event at UIC in April, which was quite wonderful and insightful in many ways. And it was also an opportunity to network with others too. Yeah, we were able to share our vision, our goals, and what we are up to. So we're currently working on expanding our network, as well as on planning for the future.
I think we need to work together to create a conducive environment, more inclusive environment for everyone. For our society to benefit better, for our economy to benefit better. Life is a learning process. So education by definition is a lifelong learning process. So if we are open to new experiences, then we're open to change, and we're open to becoming more accommodating to intersecting identities.